Hi everyone, welcome back to Lemonade and Bits with Sheil. I'm Sheil and this is the channel where we talk a little bit about life, a little bit about love, a little bit about relationships, sometimes a little bit about my opinion, but most of all offer a little bit of encouragement. Thank you so much for joining me today to sip a glass of lemonade and talk about our topic for today, which is Lighten Up. I got today's topic because I was riding in the car, listening to the radio, and a song came on by Ariana Grande. Now, if you're in my age group, you may not know who Ariana Grande is, but my kids grew up with Disney and everything, and so she started out on Disney, on the Disney Channel shows and all that, and she became a singer, and about 3 or 4 years ago, she was in the news because she licked and spit on some donuts in a donut shop and said that she hated Americans. Now, that really bothered me because these American children are financing her career. So it just really bothered me that it was in the media like that and she was just so, so crass about it, so nonchalant and everything. So when I was listening to this song, immediately that's what came to mind. That this little girl that and she's gone on to do well. She's been nominated for things. I don't remember if she actually won any Grammys, but I know she was nominated for some, and she do all these performances and everything. But anyway, so with that being said, my mind just ran back on immediately on this is the little girl that spit on those donuts and licked the donuts and said that she hated Americans. So it just got me to thinking about how we can allow just these, something that someone has done, some type of negative action or behavior. We continue to judge people by these things. Now, she did apologize and she moved on from that. As a matter of fact, she was still a teenager. I mean, she's still a young person. And so it just made me think about how not only is that the case for me when I did this particular thing. And you guys, if you hear any background noise, remember I got my rabbit Samantha. And Samantha is a wild child, so she's chewing on stuff, running around and bothering things. So if you hear any noise in the background, that's what that is. So it just got me to thinking about how we continue to do this. We when people make choices or make some decisions or whatever that aren't so great, then we continue to hold these things over them. And I know we talk about this a lot, but it's just amazing how it still comes up, and it's going to come up. But what we have to do is we refute those negative thoughts about people or those judgments about their past behavior. Then we just need to replace that with, things like, well, everybody makes bad choices. Everybody does something that they're not proud of, make mistakes or whatever you want to call it. Some impulsive things that are not good. It happens to everyone, and we all do that. And so now that is a lighter note, but and we all got to know how we have to know how that feels because, for example, I got two examples for you. Credit. Our credit scores and FICO scores and all that. Now think about this. Now some of us are in situations where we did some things that were impulsive when we were younger. We had credit cards that, we messed around with, didn't pay off, and, things like that. But we have grown. We have progressed into people that now are credit worthy. I mean, we're working. We've been working for years. We paying things on time. We're doing what we're supposed to do. But yet and still, when people look at just this surface thing of us, which is our credit score, then they base their opinion of us on something that happened a long time ago that we have grown away from. We're not the same person anymore, but yet they're still looking at this thing that we did back then that, that clearly we have changed from now. So that's one way of looking at it. And then also, we know people and we have loved ones and all, or if it's not our direct loved one, then we know people with loved ones that may be in jail or prison or paying the price for something that they did, a choice they made when they were much younger, much more immature, and yet they're still paying that price, and they will continue to pay that price for a very long time over something that they did that was in their past and that they have grown and matured from, but yet they're still being judged by that action that they did back then. Now, we don't like the way that feels for our loved ones. We don't like the way it feels for us. So when we're thinking about other people, then we need to keep that in mind, that don't let those actions that someone did or whatever, don't let that dictate the rest of their lives in our minds, in our hearts against them. So we just need to lighten up, and not only lighten up about other people, because we tend to be very judgmental people. I don't think we mean to be most of the time, but it's just the thoughts that come across our mind. But the way we deal with that is we push that thought away, and first of all, we think about, we want to treat people the way that we want to be treated. We don't want someone judging us all the time by something that we did in the past. So let's not judge people that way. And the second thing is that, try to be better. People are trying to be better, So we want to change our thought about people. So when the negative thought comes, oh yeah, I remember they did so and so and so. The first thing, I want to treat them the way I want to be treated. And, and just try to move on from that and know that, okay, and I do things too. It's not like I didn't do some stuff, made some bad decisions too, and I wouldn't want nobody to continue to keep judging me for that. So that's how we move past that. So when those thoughts pop in, look at her. I remember she used to smoke crack. Well, you used to smoke weed, same difference. Still an illegal drug, same thing, or whatever it is that your thing was that you were doing. So let's do that. Let's replace those thoughts of negativity against other people, with thoughts of, give them the benefit of the doubt that they have changed and they have moved on and they are better people. And that's how we be better people. That's how we live our life to the fullest. Instead of sitting around thinking about what others have done, and even ourselves, we need to lighten up on ourselves as well, because don't sit there and keep thinking about the same thing. Oh, I did this, just like those credit scores. Oh, I wish I hadn't done this. Oh, well, it's done now. What you do now is you improve. Now you pay your things, pay your bills on time. You make sure that, you don't get things that you can't afford right now. You budget your plan. I mean, that's how we move forward, and that's how we live our lives. We can't live in someone else's past, and we can't live in our past. So I just want to encourage you today to lighten up and stop taking these things so seriously. Let people live their lives, to the best of their ability, and let us just live our lives to the best of our ability without, thinking negative and, badly about other people. Just continue to move forward, and prayerfully they're continuing to move forward. So I just want to encourage you today to be your best self, intentionally think great about people. And intentionally think great about yourself. You guys have a wonderful day, and don't forget, if you're looking at this and you haven't subscribed, please subscribe, and don't forget to share, like, and comment. I enjoy the comments so much, and I thank you guys so much, and I'll see you next time. Lemonade Bits and with Shield. Thanks.